Well, hello, doctors. This is Dr. John Brimhall. I'm going to kick things off here a little bit. We have Dr. Hannah who's joined us tonight. And for those of you that may be listening in now, and those of you who listen to the recording later on, this literal webinar will go out to 20,000 people on our email list tomorrow. And OHS's list has about 15,000. So I don't want Dr. Hannah to get nervous or anything, but we're talking about 35,000 people within the end of the week are going to get to hear what we're talking about today. Not to mention that we accumulate lists also from lay people. We have over 40,000. Now I'm going to encourage all of you doctors to do the same. Email lists are very important, and staying in touch with your doctors and your patients is very important as well. And I say, what do you mean doctors? Well, a third of my practice when I was in active practice came from other physicians referring to us because we help members of their family, medical doctors, dentists, osteopaths, etc. In fact, I was just called into a consultation with an osteopath medical doctor here last week on some problems he had with his family, getting mold contamination and literally changing normal children into autistic and into schizophrenic actions. So what we do every day does change lives for the good. And what's going on in the environment changes it for the bad. And it is very important that we stay educated, we stay up on things. And Dr. Hannah and I were just talking about homecomings, and every year we have new speakers and more dynamic things. And we have Dr. Harris that has a photographic memory. He only claims 3 PhDs because one of them's only in biology, but he has 4 PhDs, an MD and an ND, and he's a consultant to medical facilities. And we want to engage you more and more to help us perfect what we do and have our products according to the literature. And that's exactly what happens, where we have the right things and the right dosages in the right amounts so we can make the changes we're shooting for. But Dr. Hannah is a Brimhall certified doctor. I'm going to let her answer most of the questions here. She's a graduate from LACC for chiropractic degree, but she's also graduated in acupuncture. So Dr. Hannah, number one, tell us how long you've been doing the Brimhall method and how you went from there where you added in your acupuncture and your kinesiology, and then how did you get into doTERRA? doTERRA are the essential oils that I use. I use a lot of the product too, like my soap, my deodorant, my shampoos, all are natural, and this is a great product to do that. So we're going to have her start off by telling us a little bit about your practice, how long you've been doing Brimhall, and how you integrated the doTERRA into that. Go ahead, Dr. Hannah.
Sure. Hi there, everyone. Again, my name is Dr. Sandra Hannah. Been practicing now for about 17 years, and I started out with Brimhall way back in 2005. I became certified, and it really helped shaped my practice. I still use the methodology in my practice to this day, and it was such a great, easy flow right into getting my acupuncture degree, and then now implementing synergistically the doTERRA essential oils into the practice. It works so well together, and can't wait to talk to you more about it.
Well, it's all yours. I'm going to mute myself so I don't make any noises here, so you just run like crazy.
You got it. Okay. So I'm here presenting with Jay Marie and Poncho Edler. You may have seen them at homecoming at the doTERRA booth. And we all have been working now with doTERRA essential oils for going on about 5 years with fantastic results. And today I'm going to show you the truth about doTERRA essential oils, why choosing doTERRA essential oils for your homes and clinic are so important. And I'm also going to help you incorporate doTERRA into the 6 steps of wellness protocol to further support your patient's health, well-being, as well as how to create an extra profit center of retail and residual income for your clinic. So let's start with just a bit of basics. I don't want to assume that you know everything about essential oils, so just a little bit about the biology of essential oils. Most likely you have heard about essential oils by now. You may have been using them in your homes and in your clinics, but what an essential oil is, they are natural aromatic compounds extracted and distilled from plants, trees, fruits, and flowers for our health benefits. They contain hundreds of different compounds providing complex and versatile abilities to combat threats without building up resistance in our body. And they work with our bodies to address issues and root causes on a cellular level. So in this picture, and this is a picture of a magnified peppermint leaf. And if you can see that little oil sac right there, that is the essential oil. And we either steam distill or cold press all of our essential oils. And 1 drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. And, you know, in my culture, we love to have peppermint tea after eating a large meal. That's what we do in our culture. We have large meals together. And, you know, I remember drinking peppermint tea at these family events. And so that peppermint tea that I would have, you know, 1 drop now of that peppermint oil is just, it's so effective, and it's so concentrated. It works so well because of that. So why doTERRA? What makes doTERRA essential oils unique? Well, it starts with their sourcing, and that's actually one of the reasons why I fell in love with this company. In addition to supplying the highest quality essential oils, doTERRA is committed to making a positive difference in the lives of the farmers, harvesters, and distillers who work with doTERRA. With over 100 essential oils in its product line, doTERRA sources its oils from over 40 countries, and most of them are actually coming from developing countries. And to ensure that the small-scale farmers and harvesters are treated ethically, doTERRA has actually created an initiative called Co-Impact Sourcing. And what this is that we give them sustainable jobs, and we provide reliable income in these underdeveloped areas where in the past, these people were not treated well by other essential oil companies. And so because of this, you know, doTERRA is committed to the ethical treatment of this. Growers and harvesters are just lining up to want to work with doTERRA. So we are becoming an ever increasingly network of growers and distillers that we have that we almost have 90% partnership with. So we have this amazing cooperative group, and it works so well. And what we get is the highest caliber product sourced from the best source located geographically all around the world. This is a picture actually of some of our partners. This is a picture in Nepal, and they are right now picking and sourcing our essential oil wintergreen. And so some of our sourcing projects that we have are located all around the world, is what I said. Peppermint is actually coming from the United States in the Pacific Northwest region, and this is where peppermint is it's the best source. We're getting the best peppermint from this area. We get vetiver from Haiti. We get frankincense from Somalia, and we get ylang ylang from Madagascar. And after we get our oil, we take it and we get extensive testing done to these oils. And we have something called therapeutic grade oils. And this begins immediately after distillation with each oil. And we review it for its chemical composition. And then we actually take it through another second round of testing at our production facility to ensure that what was distilled and what was tested is the same essential oil as was received. And then we have it go through another third review of the chemistry of the oil. And we use so many different tests just to make sure that it's free 100% of contaminants, unexpected alterations during production. We do tests such as organoleptic testing, microbial testing, chirality testing, mass chromatography, gas chromatography, mass spectrometry, and we also test heavy metal testing to make sure that, again, it's 100% pure, let's say peppermint, pure peppermint oil. And what actually doTERRA does is if it's even off by 1%, doTERRA is going to refuse it. They stand true to this certified pure therapeutic grade stamp and certification. And so that is why people want to work with this company. I have this funny thing that I like to say. Instead of calling it organic oils, it actually goes beyond the organic testing, and we call it morganic. And I really honor the fact that we Brimhall certified docs are evidence-based. And with that being said, I want to bring the study up that actually proves scientifically that there truly is something to this doTERRA difference. I want to bring this study up. The Roseman University conducted, and what they did, and this is, they did this unbeknownst to doTERRA. They took a whole bunch of different essential oils from a whole bunch of different companies, including doTERRA, and they tested the quality, the purity, if they were adulterated, and from this unique study, there were 3 unique findings that they found. Number 1, they found doTERRA oils robustly stimulated therapeutically relevant effects, including an induction in healthy cell turnover, and we know that that's really important, of course, in things like cancer, metabolic health, healthy anti-inflammatory responses, and a cascade of other super awesome antioxidant effects. Number 2, they found that these therapeutic healing pathways were not duplicated in doTERRA competitors. In fact, in some competitors, there was an adverse biological cascade happening. Number 3, they also found that each doTERRA essential oil had a biochemical fingerprint. And so this is the reason for the efficacy of doTERRA essential oils. We all know that nature is complex, but when we isolate nature's chemical components, they just don't work as well as when they are working together in whole. This is how nature's medicine is intended to be, treating nature. Nature treating our, human bodies, which we are human superorganisms. And this fingerprint can now predict the biological activity and assess the quality of oils. So this next part of our presentation, we're going to go through the 6 steps to wellness, taking an evidence-based journey on how doTERRA essential oils can support each step you take your patients through. So the first step, of course, in our 6 steps to wellness is reestablishing structural integrity. And there is no oil that will take the place of a chiropractic adjustment or myofascial releases that we use with the instruments that we were taught on. But these oils will help support the structural work that we do. And it will also help support a lot of the pain relieving activities that we have in our practice. Some of the oils that we recommend, there is a deep blue blend that is a fantastic blend consisting of peppermint, lavender. It has some of that wintergreen that was pictured beforehand. There is copaiba, which is sourced from Brazil, the copaiba trees. This is a fantastic oil that's comparable to CBD oil. There's frankincense and lavender, peppermint and eucalyptus. Those are all fantastic oils to help support the structural integrity that we do in our offices. Step 2, rebalancing electromagnetics. So essential oils can help nourish and support the body and mind during these times of increasing environmental stresses. So along with many harmonizers and personal magnets that we wear, consider wearing rose oil, which is the highest frequency essential oil that's out there. It smells amazing. And studies have also mentioned that they support healthy levels of serotonin in the body. Step 3, resetting adrenals. Help your body de-stress aromatically in all phases of general adaptation syndrome. Some oils that I would love to have used in your practices include bergamot, Balance, which is a fantastic blend of frankincense, hoe wood, spruce, and blue tansy, lavender, clove, lemon, ylang ylang, basil, and rosemary. And then underneath, I've just added some of the research articles, by the way, that support these particular findings. We live in a stressed out world, and the power of aroma can help to diffuse and help patients, as well as us doctors, manage stress more effectively. And it'll even go into actually, in the different phases. In the alarm phase, consider using specifically lavender and bergamot to help relax. In phase 2, in the resistance phase, consider using the lemon and the rosemary and basil. And then phase 3, in the exhaustion phase, consider using clove and on guard and rosemary. Clove is one of the highest antioxidants out there, and it's over 1 million on the ORAC scale. So step 3, replenishing nutrition for organ and gland weakness. Now these oils, they're not going to take the place of nutrition. This is only in addition to. These oils will support the supplements and the specific nutrition in the Brimhall methodology. And so if you muscle test a liver weakness, consider adding Endocrine, clove, copaiba, geranium, and cilantro. And you can just muscle test to see which oil is going to be a great synergistic addition to the nutrition. One more thing about copaiba, which there's some fantastic research coming out on copaiba, but the copaiba actually helps with regeneration of the liver cells. So copaiba, we're finding some great things about copaiba. I love to use it in my practice. For the lungs, consider eucalyptus, breathe, which is an awesome other blend with eucalyptus and peppermint. I recommend breathe when you have an upper respiratory infection. Diffusing that, you can also place it a little bit on the chest. I've used breathe quite a bit when my kids have gotten sick. Even for croup, it really helps to diffuse that cough. Lycia is also fantastic. Douglas fir and cardamom. For the pancreas, consider Endocrine, marjoram, or melissa. And turmeric, actually. Turmeric is one of the newest essential oils that doTERRA has came out. And what I love about the turmeric oil versus the turmeric herb is that the herb, it's mostly cellulose. So it's really hard to digest. And of course, we don't digest cellulose. But for the turmeric oil, it has something called turmerones in it. And why that's important is that it is oil. So oil soluble, the cell membrane, it's oil. So it can pass through the cell membrane and actually can access the cell a little bit easier than the turmeric. And so actually I've had great results with turmeric oil with patients that have diabetes type 2, and they were able to work with their doctor to wean off metformin as well as insulin. Fantastic oil, great for anti-inflammatory as well as blood sugar. Okay, for the stomach and the intestines. Stomach, we have a great blend called Digest Zen. It's a blend of ginger, fennel, anise, caraway seed, peppermint. Intestines, you can consider also using lemongrass, fennel, oregano. And what I love about the ability of using these oils, you can use them, it doesn't have to be internal. You can use them aromatically and topically, especially if someone has a compromised digestion tract that we're working on with the nutrition to really help with their digestion, or they have poor stomach chi and they just don't want to take one more thing down their gastrointestinal tract. You can use these oils right topically, right over the gland, an organ that's compromised, including the organs in the abdominal cavity and throughout the body. Endocrine support. For the thyroid, consider a really great synergistic blend that doTERRA just came out, yarrow palm, as well as lemongrass. For adrenals, consider On Guard and basil. Again, you can just roll those right over the adrenal glands, or you can diffuse them, and you can also take all of these oils that I have on this slide internally. For female organs, I'm sorry, men, I don't have oils for that, but I can definitely get that to you. For the female organs, you can use clary sage, fantastic oil to help with all female hormones. Clary Calm is a great blend of clary sage, geranium, and rose. You can also use yarrow palm and peppermint for sure for women that are suffering from hot flashes and night sweats. One little note for Clary Calm for those young women suffering from dysmenorrhea, amenorrhea. This is a great oil that you can rub right on the lower abdomen to help with that pain and suffering. It's also helpful for PCOS and infertility, of course, especially with adjunctive nutrition. Immune support. So I want to just bring up the fact that in the last 50 years, there has been an exponential increase in research on essential oils. Whereas, you know, in the early 1920s, there was just a little bit of essential oil research. And now in, 2010 and going into 2020, there is so many essential oil research studies out there. Just go on PubMed.gov and you will find a slew of them, especially involved with immune support. For yeasts, including Candida, consider using oregano, thyme, tea tree, otherwise known as melaleuca. Viruses, consider On Guard, tea tree, oregano. For parasites, consider oregano and Endocrine. For staph infection, consider Endocrine, tea tree, and or cinnamon. Step 4, reprogram the body for any allergy or sensitivity. So we're still going to continue to do our ACERT here. But if your clients are suffering from that hay fever, the allergic rhinitis, consider this blend and any also food sensitives and allergies, lavender, lemon, and peppermint. You can diffuse these essential oils in a diffuser. You can apply them topically to your chest, diluted with a little coconut oil. You can also take these internally with some water. And these oils diffused will really help to, no pun intended, diffuse that allergic rhinitis and sensitivity in the gut. I've used this particular blend to help clients get off of over-the-counters that they're taking, like Claritin and Zyrtec. And this is a huge year for this blend as well, with me practicing in California with our super blooms that are happening right now. We are selling this quite a lot. Step 5, reevaluate emotional patterns and remove limiting belief systems. So in my opinion, this is where our oils are the stars. This is a truly fantastic way to support our clients with the emotional patterns and help to remove them. It's a fantastic, fast, and effective biohack to support our clients emotionally fast and effectively and help our clients to feel more empowered when they don't feel well emotionally. The power of aroma allows us direct access to our brain through our olfactory bulb connection to the limbic system. So aroma signals touching our brain, and our brain can't help but respond to it. And so we can employ these messengers to set the tone for our day. I like to call it create an aromatic heaven, if you will, for ourselves and for our patients that are suffering too much in this overly exposed electronic and stressed out world. You know, I like to say, instead of having the day be in charge of us, let's teach them to be in charge of their day. So let me ask you this. Is there anything you'd like to feel less of? Would you like to feel less anger, sadness? How about overwhelming grief, boredom, discouragement, feelings of apathy, bitterness, anxiousness, and even depression? On the flip side, what would you like to feel more of in your life? Motivation, encouragement, confidence, courage. How about energy and drive? Or how about joy, excitement, inspiration? Well, guess what? These essential oils can help you with that. Here are some of the oils that we employ to help with that. Also consider frankincense, as well as there's a really great oil called Balance and Citrus Bliss that doTERRA makes. But these oils here, if you look at the top of this emotional aromatherapy wheel, the citruses will help with feelings of anxiousness and apathetic. It will also help with gloominess. The spices to the right will help with feelings of somberness, boredom. And then the trees will help with feelings of shame, feelings of sadness. Whereas florals will help release feelings of worry, hurt, fear. I highly recommend using essential oils to help with emotional patterns in your patients. Okay, last and final step here. Step 6, remove heavy metals and other toxins from the body. In addition to the nutrition, OptiGI, and optimal EFA, you can also consider adding, you can make something called a veggie cap, and you can actually place these essential oils into the veggie cap. And some of the oils that you can place in them that will help support removing toxicity and removing heavy metals from the body are cinnamon, clove, cassia, which is in the cinnamon family, oregano, and cilantro. And this will help support and aid with the removing of the toxins. And again, you just muscle test to see if this is warranted in your patient. So now we're getting into the part of how do you bring this into your practice? Well, we go into healthcare first and foremost to help others. With that being said, doTERRA essential oils are becoming increasingly more popular. Your patients are going to be purchasing them inevitably. What better place for them to purchase but from you, their healthcare provider, who can give them the best advice and muscle test them on the dosage. Might as well have you and them both benefit. You want them to get their oils from a place that offers education for maximum benefits. doTERRA in your practice can be used to increase mood, well-being, support positive emotions, alleviate symptoms of pain, and a host of other remarkable uses. Now, what I did with everything that I implement into my practice, I started using this with myself and with my homes. I make myself and my family be the guinea pigs before I bring anything into my practice. And we had fantastic results with the oils. And so I definitely brought this into my practice. I started using it and selling it retail in my practice. And then it became a beautiful profit center for my practice. And it pays to be healthy. This is a program that just started in the state of New York, where Blue Cross Blue Shield is now giving a $250 allowance for adjunctive care, such as purchasing doTERRA essential oils in your office. And so you can actually make and mark up to 50% for retail sales in your practice utilizing something called the Loyalty Rewards Program that you can sign up into. And there's a number of ways you can get paid by doTERRA that we can, our team can teach you how to maximize on. And the great thing about incorporating doTERRA essential oils is you also get us and our team, Jay and Marie and Poncho, standing by to answer your questions, train your staff, and support you every step of the way to make this profit center and clinic a success for you financially and clinically. We want to help you get amazing results with your patients, and we also want you to get a lovely profit from it. The cool thing about joining our team is that, you know, before, a lot of people would think that this is so overwhelming. They don't want to do one more new thing for practice. But it's so easy now, especially joining this team. There's so many resources available to you. When you join our doTERRA family, you are actually you're going to get a amazing book called Advanced Oil Magic Book, which addresses ailments and lifestyle protocols. It gives you video links, and this is not coming from doTERRA, this is coming from us. And this will be your go-to guide for researching each oil and oil blends. It has over 600 ailments and conditions. It has lifestyle protocols and, you know, 105 serious ailment protocols, including cancer. It also has emotions and energy usage as well. And I just want to, you know, encourage you to look at this. It's such a fantastic synergistic program that can be easily integrated, more so now than ever, into your practice. And I really think it's going to be a fantastic solution to a lot of ailments that you see in your practice. So contact us today to arrange your complimentary personalized consultation and set up your wholesale account. We have Jay Marie and Poncho awaiting your call. This is their phone number, and they are some of the best in the biz. I am so honored to have them on our team, and they have helped so many people with their oil consultations. Definitely give them a call if you're interested, and I'll leave you with this quote from Jane Goodall. You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. Thank you so much for allowing me to present this to you all. Does anybody have any questions?
They can go ahead and type their messages or questions right there on their screen, and she'll see that. If not, you can go ahead and call the number that they just gave you and answer your questions individually. Doc, I really appreciate your time and troubles here. I know for us, we went ahead and got a starter package, kind of like a first aid kit. So there's a book that tells you if your kids have the flu or you have a problem, what you could do for that. So like this is a wonderful thing, a way for people to get started and always have an emergency kit nearby in case you don't have regular facilities. In our world, we do everything natural. It's very, very rare we have to seek anything other than that. But we have resulted to using, along with regular nutrition, the doTERRA life blood, and that's really what you're talking about. You're talking the flower's blood, the energy field. It's what you can use. Now, vitality adds to anything that we've ever done, structurally, nutritionally, emotionally, etc. And since there's nutritions here, in this case, it affects the spine, as she said, it affects the emotions, it affects your ability to detoxify. I have found it a great asset to use it along with my regular practice. I don't see any questions coming up here, so I think we'll go ahead and sign off tonight. We'll go ahead and send this out to all of you who are in the background so you can review this in the future and result back to it. And if you want to hear more about it, we can certainly schedule Dr. Hannah in a time in the future. So go to this slide here, the 208-777-5367. They're there right now, and you can ask individual questions and have your own personal consultation with them. Thank you, Dr. Hannah. Good
You
night
are
and God bless all.
welcome.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.